This is the Jim Deedlow podcast. You can go to Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and you can listen to my stuff. Sometimes it's just stuff from the morning show that we post, or sometimes it's separate from the morning show. This is certainly that. This is my Substack, which you can go read and like that and become a subscriber there too. And all you got to do is go to substack.com and type in my name, Jim Deedlow. This one's called Never Made It to Wayne's Trick Shop. It's from December 14th of 2025. As you know, I wake up on Sunday mornings and watch the news shows. It's something my grandpa, a tall, proud German, made me do when I stayed with him and Grandma for 2 weeks every summer when my family went to Florida. "Get up, you know the drill," he'd say as he kicked my bed. It wasn't the worst thing. I'd stumble to a plate of eggs and bacon on a TV tray that Grandma had laid out. She wouldn't sit with Grandpa and me to watch the shows, choosing instead to bustle around in the kitchen. Every once in a while, she'd yell, "Hey, that man's gonna read the ruin of this country," or, "I wish they would attack inflation instead of just talking about it. I paid 50 cents for a dozen eggs this week." There was this rather odd thing that my grandpa did. I didn't think of it as odd, really, until one of my friends, Chris Kleizak, rode his bike to my grandparents' house in Hammond to pick me up to go to Wayne's Trick Shop in downtown Hammond. "Does your grandpa always do that?" Kleizak asked. "Do what?" "Sit next to the TV like that." "Oh, yeah," I said. "He has this eye disease and can barely see." Grandpa would sit right next to the TV and literally put his face to the side of the screen. If you're old enough to remember, old-time TVs had a curved front, not like the flat screens we have today. So by looking at the screen that closely from the side, the figures became grotesque. An attractive woman might have a massive nose. A Cubs player might be holding a huge bat, or a tiny one, depending on if he was right or left-handed. A little kid might appear bigger than his parents on the other side of the screen. "Doesn't that hurt his eyes?" Kleizak asked. He says the TV gives off harmful x-rays straight ahead, but not to the side. It's just something he does. Are we going to ride to the trick shop or not? That was a long time ago. This is a Sunday morning in December of 2025, and I'm stalling. If you listen or watch my morning show, you know I do this when there's a topic I don't want to get to. It could be a distraught husband killing his wife or a teacher committing sexual abuse on children at a local elementary school. The stories, the realities I often stall the most about, though, are mass shootings. This morning, we wake to the shooting at Brown University, 2 killed, 11 injured, and that was in Rhode Island here in the United States, and then 11 killed and 29 injured at a Hanukkah event in Australia. There's a rabbi on the screen right now, a 54-inch flat screen, talking about a massacre at a beach halfway around the world. He's got an Australian accent, but he looks like he could have been your high school driver's ed teacher. There's families on a pier sobbing uncontrollably. And the driver's ed teacher is saying, "A massacre in cold blood at a beach that is one of our most iconic locations." It's hard to believe. At Brown, a guy walked into a finals review session and just started shooting. Fox News says it's the 75th school shooting this year. Now, I miss my grandma's voice from the kitchen. I'm guessing she'd blame it all on social media, which, if you really think about it, wasn't even around then. I miss seeing my grandpa crowd his face to the side of the TV, saying nothing, squinting. And I miss my friend, Chris Kleizak, who at the age of 26 shot himself with a little black handgun after a particularly raucous weekend of partying. We never made it to Wayne's Trick Shop that day, by the way. We instead veered to the Army-Navy surplus store, marveling at the hollowed-out missiles, deadened hand grenades, machetes, bazookas, and, of course, little black handguns. Once again, you can go to my Substack and read all this silly little Substacks that I do. So go there and like it. You can also go to Apple, Spotify, and get my podcasts. And, of course, you can listen to me on 3 days a week on the morning show on WJOB.